And we're live.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Michelle's Mystic Corner. So today is Crown Share Saturday, and I have with me the amazing Dax and the amazing Pamela Steele. Yay! Hi, guys.
Hi. I was just gonna say you don't have your crown on.
I
Uh-oh. Faux
know, for
pas. Faux pas.
shame. There we go.
You're gonna have to mail me a couple of those because I don't have any crowns.
Right?
I could see us all a bunch of us on camera with crowns on and
Yes.
going,
Yes.
what are these fruitcakes?
Yes, definitely.
Well, I admit it. I admit I'm a fruitcake, so
There you go. It's okay.
Mhm.
So it's my brother, and I love him.
Aw. I gotta meet your brother. I don't think I've met your brother. Uh
No, he's a truck driver in Texas.
Hey, what's going on with Dan? He's been super quiet. He still hasn't got onto the new private community on school yet.
Yeah, he's been sick and down,
Oh,
so
he's
he's
sick and he's
gotten
mopey and he's
yeah.
Dan. He's Dan and
And when men get sick,
oh, it's the worst. The only thing
yes,
worse is doctors that are patients.
yes.
That's
Oh
the
my
only thing
gosh.
that's worse. That or guys, because we're whiny little bitches. Anyway, Um, so what's this Crown Share Saturday thing?
So, Crown Share
Bob.
Saturday. Oh, it's so good to be back. I'm sorry I've missed you guys
Yes,
for
we
the
missed
last few
you.
weeks. Life has happened and I am slowly getting back into the swing of things. So, Crown Share Saturday, that means that everybody gets to join in the readings. I will draw a card, which I drew a card, by the way, out of my, oh, what is this?
What
The
deck's that?
City Pulse Tarot. I found it on Amazon
I
and
love that. I
it
may
is
have to get that.
it's really a nice, pretty deck.
Oh,
So
are you gonna draw cards from that deck during the show besides the card of the day? Because
I am.
oh good, because I want to see other cards from that deck.
And it's
Coolness.
a big size.
Thick decks.
Yes.
Like Pamela's deck.
Yes. Which
The
I have up
world's thickest
here and
tarot
up
deck.
here.
88 cards. You have to cut it in half and shuffle it in two parts.
Right. So I drew the Seven of Pentacles for today. I love this card because it shows how it's your investment is paying off, your hard work is paying off. Um, there's more to it. My brain just stopped. Investment. You're in what you put into something is coming back for you. It's coming back to you. I think I want to call this the karma card because you're growing something, you're manifesting something, and it is happening. So the good karma card.
Mm-hmm.
What does everybody else think of the Seven of Pentacles?
I love the Seven of Pentacles. Actually, I
I
should
always
find
get
mine in
I
my
always get
deck here.
patience whenever I pull that card.
Yes.
Quit trying to rush things. It always reminds me of when my oldest was about a year old, and I had planted a little tiny evergreen. I was in my mind, I was 20 years later going to have a bonsai, and I couldn't figure out why it hit a certain point, and then it just quit growing completely. And I did everything right. But then I caught him one day showing his best friend who came over to play from next door look how much it's grown. See, holds it up. See the roots? They're doing really good. Pokes his finger and sticks it back in the dirt. Well, yeah, of course it was dead by then, but you can't do that. You got to just let things evolve at their own pace. And
Yes.
that's the Seven of Pentacles from me. Yep, I like that
Oh,
deck
yes.
I
a
like this
lot.
version.
I do too.
It's pretty neat. Yeah, I remember when I was first studying tarot. Oh my God, we had horse and buggies. Anyway,
Lucky you.
yeah, I can. Oh, you know, for the new crowd, the younger people, you can say there was no internet and we didn't have electric cars.
Right? We are older
No
than
cell
Google.
phones even. Well, we had rudimentary cell. They were actually cell phones. They weren't computers in your hand. They were cell phone. That's all they did. Make phone call. That's it.
Yep.
And I was an early adopter, so like I had a car phone installed in my car from like, you know, the 80s, you know, early 80s. And then I had a transportable, which was basically just a car phone with, and remember it had the handle with the cord,
Yes.
and it was just a car phone that was put into a bag with a battery and an antenna, and it was called a transportable, you know, all the way up to I have the iPhone Air now, you know, the most modern design. Um, but yeah, you know, when I looked at this card, it was always, you know, is the person in the card happy with the harvest or not happy with the harvest? And I had a similar thing with the Five of Swords. You know, you had the two people in the background and the person in the foreground picking up the sword, you know, and uh it was implied, I guess, that the person in the foreground was, you know, the victor, you know. And it's like I would always say, okay, am I either if I was doing it for me, am I the person in the back or the person, one of the people in the back, or one of the person in the front? Or if I was reading for a client, I'm like, are you the one of the people in the back, or one of the people, or the person in the front, you know? And yeah, so when I would get the Seven of Pentacles, I didn't have a strong, like, it always means this, you know, and it would depend on the situation. It would depend on
Hmm.
cards, you know, which way I would, you know, kind of go with it.
Yep.
So that's our card of the day. And we're going to read any readings with this card and whatever we pull, right?
Yep.
Cool.
That'll be one card out of however many we pull.
I bet a lot of people were thinking, you know, crown share Saturday, we all get together and share our crowns, you know. We're not all in the same city, so we'd have to mail them to each other.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you imagine that? If
Uh,
we had like, I don't know, a dozen crowns, and we would just, you know, be constantly mailing them out throughout
oh my gosh.
the world. Well, I was going to say the country, but actually the world, because Pamela is in a
And
far country up north somewhere, you know. But if you look at our map on our new community, you can see where everybody is. And we are so international, have all these people in UK and Europe and Greece and all over the place. Yep.
I'd like
well,
to point out today it's warmer here than it is in Texas. So
Cool.
wow.
That's a rarity. We've been just getting rain, rain, and rain, and it rain. Yeah. Although it's
We've
not,
just been cold.
well, we were super cold, but interestingly, we got all this cloud cover with the rain, and it's actually holding the heat in, because that's how it works in the desert. If you're in the desert and you're in a valley, it holds the heat.
Hmm.
So we've been having, you know, low 40s, but it never got lower than say 53 degrees last night. And so it's actually not too bad. I still have a jacket on. So Ethereal came in.
Yeah. Hello, Ethereal. Happy Saturday.
Please like and subscribe. Yep. Thank you very much. It's over here. Subscribe to our channel. And Ethereal had a question.
Yes, I see. May I get a universe message?
Message from the universe. All righty.
Interesting. Okay. So as Pamela said, patience. I immediately went with patience with this card because I got the Tower card, and I feel like your world is being shifted right now. Things are happening and you're just like not sure what to do, but have some patience to get through it because I've got the Ace of Cups.
Oh,
So
hold that up for a second. I'm going to switch to speaker view so we can see it.
the Ace of Cups. So this card is showing that something good and new is coming. Your world may feel like it's crashing down around you right now, but good things are in store and you're going to be a little more balanced as long as you continue to hold on through what you were going through.
Awesome. Hey, I got something that goes perfectly with what you first started saying there, Michelle, because card of the day, Seven of Pentacles, and I got the Moon card. And remember when I was saying I love the Moon card and actually I gotta do speaker view again. I'm just getting used to this where I'm using speaker view more. So I hope you can see it okay. Because what's really weird is when you're in speaker view, although hopefully they're seeing me in the recording, it's showing Michelle. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm trying to get used to this thing. The moon, I love the moon card. So, losing my green screen there. And remember, I was talking about, is he happy with his harvest or is he not happy? And with the moon card coming in, and remember, I said it depends a lot of times on surrounding cars, things like that. I'm getting that it's unclear. And you said something similar just now, Michelle.
Right, right.
I forget
You may
exactly.
you may feel like you're going through it right now, but you're going to come out of it as long as you hold on and stay balanced. Because good things are coming up for you.
Very cool. Put that in here. Yeah, I think this is the first time I remember on Crown Share having more than either just yourself or maybe one other person.
Yeah.
I think people didn't get it that you do your 3 shows a month and 2 of them are topics and you don't have anybody on Zoom with you. But Crown Share Saturday, the fourth Saturday of the month, it's the same time every month. And
Yes.
your monthly Crown Share, we can all come on the Zoom and pull cards and stuff like that. I hope more people will start, popping in.
Me too. That'll be a lot of fun.
And Ethereal says, beautiful, I am the moon. And actually, the full name is Ethereal Moonlight. So really apropos that I pulled the moon card. Oh my God.
It's about my channel, it seems. Oh, are you stressing about your channel? I understand that. Just stick with it, stay on it, keep it, just go forward with it. And despite all the turbulence you're feeling, it can turn out great.
Oh, I just did an article. Let me see if I can bring it up from the blog. Our website is tarotbiz.com. And this has to do specifically with making videos for channels because Dr. Rose posted in the comments on our post on our private community for members about it's our post where if you're having problems with your business or issues or things like that, and she was talking about having trouble keeping up and like getting content out every day especially making videos every day to put on our channel and stuff like that. And so we're actually going to do a workshop on that. It's in our schedule. It hasn't been scheduled with an actual date yet, but all of February is scheduled out. So it'll probably be March. And it's where we're going to talk about things like that, and content. And but I did an article about it. Let me put that in the
Okay.
let me put it in the chat here. It's tarotbiz.com/ um content dash creation dash overwhelm. And I gave some, tips on here about shortening content, and instead of, because Dr. Rose is also a caregiver for her mother. And I said, rather than stressing out about it every day, trying to get content out, batch create your content, take what you want to talk about and break it up into easy chunks, 5-minute video, 8-minute, at the most 10-15 minutes. But it's even better if you can just do a 5-minute or an 8-minute video, something 7 minutes, somewhere in there. You'd be surprised how much you can get out in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you plan these out. And then, so for a week, that's 7 5-minute videos you want to get out. So on Sunday, the week before, or Saturday, or what have you, you sit down for an hour or so and you record one after another. It's called batch recording. And then you go to YouTube and you upload them, but you set them to post one on Monday, the next one on Tuesday, the next one on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have an entire week all set up in an hour, instead of getting up, trying to think, okay, what am I going to talk about today? Turning the camera on, trying to get that uploaded while also taking care of mom and everything else, So I did an article on that, and it's in the chat there. Or you can just go over to tarotbiz.com, click on blog. Yeah. Did anybody else come in?
No, it's pretty quiet today.
It is quiet. Let me grab my coffee. I want I'm looking outside because my window's right here. In fact, all this wonderful natural light is from the I'm actually glad there is some light, because it's been dark and overcast. It's still overcast, but a little bit brighter. The sun was out for 5 minutes.
Oh gosh. Sounds
But
like here.
it's
Just wait
bright
5
enough.
minutes.
It's bright enough to illuminate myself where I don't have to turn the overhead lights on and everything. And I call it coffee weather when it's rainy. Like,
Yes.
living in Seattle. I lived in Seattle for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I love my coffee weather in fact,
I lived in Seattle for a minute.
oh, did you live in Seattle for a minute? Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yep. And of course, it's not as rainy as people say it is. But see, the locals, we told everybody, especially people from California, that it rains every single day. Yep. And try to dissuade them from moving to Seattle, And actually, you go to Seattle and they have bumper stickers, and it says, "Welcome to Seattle," or "Welcome to Washington State. Now go home." It's actually very, very prevalent, or at least it was back when I lived there, which is many moons. But yeah, it was like this, people in Seattle didn't want the Californians coming up there, because that's what was happening. All the Californians were moving to Arizona, where I live, or now, or up to Seattle, up to Washington State. I have a sister in Washington, but on the east side.
Okay. I have family everywhere, so.
Everywhere. What's been going on with you, Pam? Any I don't know. psychic fairs or classes you're teaching, or I don't know. Are you making a new deck? Just kidding.
Oh God, no, no, no,
I
no
know
new
it's a
deck.
lot of.
Um, I don't think I'd live long enough to complete it. They take a while. But I've been working off and on with a small, well, not that small anymore, new age store down about an hour from where I live.
Mhm.
And I learned a few days ago that they were holding a like a wellness weekend,
Oh,
or
cool.
different this, that, and the other. And I quickly text him and I says, "Do you guys have room for another tarot reader or a tarot reader? I don't know what they've got." And I got a reply real quick. This is GPAM, we're kind of full up right now, but if we have a cancellation. So I just let it go. I said, okay, thanks. That'd be great. In the meantime, well, why don't you come down and read for us another weekend? So I actually picked Valentine's Day.
Oh, there you go.
Why not?
Nice.
You
Yeah,
know,
Michelle's show. Actually, that Saturday is the 14th is on a Saturday, and it falls right on her show. And Michelle, you're
Yep.
doing Valentine's readings.
Yes. Yes. I've got love cards, love decks. I'm gonna pull
Oh,
out.
and you know what? What you just said, Pam, is, I mean, talk about synchronicities, because tomorrow we're doing the show on collaborating with metaphysical shops, getting your cards on their table.
mhm.
This is
Yes.
exactly what you're. So see, you can on the show tomorrow talk about your experiences with medical physical metaphysical
It's really not
metaphysical
that
shop.
difficult. One thing that, like years ago, when people first started creating their own decks and self-publishing, um, I had researched extensively and did a lot of background work in copyrights, and also I was educated on it. But what I found was there's two things that bookstores and new age stores, well, stores don't really like, and one is a pre-printed price. Okay, and this is something that they did on the Eternal Seeker Oracle, and I really wish they hadn't, because they didn't. It's just a U.S. price, and it reads, I think, 24.95, but that's US dollars. I'm in Canada. I can't sell them for that. I can't bring them in and sell them for that, because
Mm-hmm.
it's through a publisher. And another thing that I've noticed, or that I found out real quick, was so many people that were self-publishing back then just wanted to put them in an organza bag and send them to, like, no, 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 no. You have to have a box. You need an ISBN barcode. You need
Right.
that on this. That has to be there. And in Canada, lucky for us, all you got to do is tell the government you want them, and they'll send you a package of five free
Oh
charge. Yeah,
Wow.
man, that
yeah.
is cool. That
It
is.
was really
Yeah.
cool because the first one I did, I went through the US and I think it cost me $50
Mm.
US. And that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Um,
probably $500 now to get a nice.
Probably.
Yeah. Yep.
But that, and they want it to look professional. I mean, I knew people that were, well, I can't get my decks on the shelves, and well, where'd you go? Well, I went to this and such, big chain. I said, well, did you have this? And well, no, 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 they're just in little bags, but they're nice bags. And I'm thinking, no, they can't do that. You've got to think like a business person whenever you're doing this. You've got to approach them. You've got to be able to offer them a really good deal, because if they're going to take them on consignment, that's one thing. They're going to want a percentage. But if they're buying them from you wholesale, that's an entirely different ballgame. And so what I've been doing is I checked it out really good. The store that I'm going to, they don't carry my decks. They deal with, oh, who is it? I can't remember. But anyway, they don't have any of my decks in, which is perfect. I don't want them to. I want to sell them. So that's what I've been doing, is anytime I go down there to read, I take, a half a dozen of whatever, because I've got three different decks
Hmm.
and multiple editions of one of them. So I just I take maybe a total of a dozen copies, and it works out really well. But they don't care. They don't care because I'm not competing directly with them. And even
Because they
if I
don't have
were,
it in anyway.
they don't care. They really don't. As long as everybody's respectful and not undercutting. So if they're selling something at say $25, I'm not going to start selling it for 20. I'm just not. I'll match their price. The only
Yeah,
difference is I can take the book out and sign it for them. They can't do that. Ha ha.
Yeah, because you're the author.
that's right.
I
But
love
yeah,
it.
I've never had any trouble getting my decks into different stores, like all across the US and Canada ever.
Mm.
But there again, it's got to do with presentation, mostly presentation.
You know, I agree. I don't have my deck published yet, but I made some dolls. Oh, excuse me. I made some dolls and I took them to the metaphysical shop here before it closed down. And I we did consignment and it's all about, you got to go in there, you got to be professional, you got to know what you're doing.
Hmm.
Oh, definitely, because so many artists, authors, they'll tell you, well, I'm just the creator. I don't do the business end of it. Then you're going to lose. You're going to lose big time. You've got to understand and be able to do your own promotions. Because even with a publisher, I mean, yeah, it's kind of nice. They do ship them out for you. But when it comes to actual, promoting your product or
Hmm.
products, plural, depending, it's up to you. They will do the initial, oh, look what we just published. But after that, you're on your own. 100% you're on your own.
Yeah.
So get used to it, plan on doing it, and all kinds of things. You can do all kinds of things. I just had a whole whack of postcards printed up. And on the front, it's got one of the images from the Eternal Seeker. And then on the backs, I've got all the information, including what do you call them? The little thingies that you can scan and it takes you to the website. What are the QR
Oh
codes?
yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
QR code.
I even
Hmm.
had a QR code put on the back of them so that it's, if
Cool.
anybody wants to, then they can just scan it in. And it works out really well.
Yeah. I mean, if
Won't be
you're an
like,
author and if you're not selling 1 million or 100 million copies, promote you anymore. You have to
no,
do
they
your
don't.
own
They
promotion.
don't.
And we're actually going to do a workshop on that too for people that are budding authors, want to write a
There
book or
you
a
go.
deck.
Thank you, Michelle. Yes, that's
You're
it.
welcome. And then the
And
front.
Yep.
and the reason for that is that people don't know about this, and they don't know about the ways to promote themselves. And when you're writing a book or creating a deck, especially when you're creating a deck, but you can do the same thing with excerpts from a manuscript that you're writing, is your promotion starts like 2-3 years before the deck is published and comes out. You should be doing step by step. Oh, I'm working on the Two of Wands. I have two versions. Do you prefer this or prefer that? What do you think about the artwork on here? What do you think about this? Hey, here's my latest King of Swords, or whatever. I'm working on such and such deck, and then when you get closer to, oh, I'm having trouble with this one publisher, so I think I'm switching. And talk about all the drama and everything, because people love that stuff. And then they get all excited and follow along. And if you're doing if you're going the route of like God, my mind's blanking. What do they call it? Uh
Self-publishing.
yeah, but specifically when you're creating buzz, and they have those websites that are crowdfunding websites.
Oh, yeah.
uh oh God, what is there's like 3 or 4 of them, and my mind is just totally uh blanked on it right now.
Well, GoFundMe is one of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
GoFundMe. And God, what's the one though that has all the tarot? Oh, Kickstarter is the
yeah.
one,
Mm,
tons and tons of tarot decks. And so, that's another way to get the word out about a deck, because lots of people nowadays go to Kickstarter to look for new tarot decks. And
mm.
you know so yeah, you got to start promoting your deck way before you're even done creating it. uh, People want to go along the journey with you. Yeah, so we're going to do a workshop on that, and publishing
Awesome.
publishing books as well. Oh, I just put in the chat, this link will take you over to our brand new private members community, so you can check it out. We're on the school platform now for our private members only community, and it's thetarotguild.com/community, and you can see all that you get, and you can go in there and join. It's like $5, and you can join myself and Michelle and Pamela and Bonnie Chevet, and like a whole bunch of professional tarot readers, many of us who've been doing this for 30 years plus. So yeah, especially if you're thinking of becoming a professional reader, it's the place to be. But it's also open to students. We have our course on there, and just enthusiasts can join us and chit chat in the community. There's live chat. We have the map where you can see where everybody is. We're international. We have an interactive calendar, and so all the events that we have coming up, you'll see them on the calendar, and if you click on them, it'll open the box, and the Zoom link is in there, so you could join us up on Zoom. That's one of the benefits of being a member, is you can join us on these Zooms. Oh, as long as I'm talking about upcoming shows, you want me to do the upcoming shows, Michelle?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
So we already mentioned tomorrow's show, Sunday, January 25th. Of course, we're going to be doing live chat in the chat room on YouTube, readings and so forth. But if you're a member, like I was just talking about, $5, you can join us on the Zoom call and ask us questions and get advice and coaching live. And we're going to be talking about collaborating with metaphysical shops and other venues, and getting your cards on their table, which I absolutely love that. I want to trademark that. Get your cards on their table.
Yes.
It'd be like a website or something. I don't know. And then Tuesday is Tarot Tuesdays. We started this a week or two ago, where we've added a third Zoom call for members and a third YouTube show. And it's Tarot Tuesdays, every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And members, you can join me on the Zoom and help me do readings, or get coaching and advice and live discussion and Q&A and everything like that every Tuesday now. And then we have a private Q&A, coaching and coffee. Now, this is not simulcasted on YouTube. This is Wednesday, January 28th, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And this is a private Zoom call that you guys are going to be able to pop on if you're members. Soon, you know what I want to do? I'm toying with the idea of trying out school's own Zoom-like platform that's built right in. Like, I think it's, if I'm not wrong, let me bring up the thing here. I think when you go in to write something on the community, you can go live. And yeah, and I got to check that all out, and we got to test it to see if it, we might still want to use Zoom so we can have multiple people up on camera, but I don't know, because I haven't used it yet, what it allows you to do, what it doesn't allow you to do. But we might start having these private ones right on the school community. But meanwhile, it's on Zoom, and the Zoom link, again, I always do a post on the community about each event. And if you go into that post, the links are there, but also on our calendar, which is really cool. You just pop it up. And then next Saturday, a week from today, we're going to be doing, should you create your own online store or open an Etsy shop? This is actually a topic idea from Dr. Roche. She was looking into Etsy, and we're going to be talking about what she found, and, other possibilities as well. And then that Sunday, after that, Saturday, January 31st, we're in February already. Oh my God. We're going to talk about how to pitch yourself for podcasts and guest blogs. 2026, get yourself out there. YouTube shows, podcasts, blogs, and so forth. Yay. So there you go. That's what's coming up on the network. And if you want to, and at the Tarot Guild. And if you want to grab us a cup of coffee, tarotbiz.com/coffee. Yeah. Let's, it looks like we are at May I get a general reading for the next 3 months about my finances, please? And I'm a new sub. Yay!
Yay!
Thanks for subscribing. Everybody,
Yes,
subscribe
thank
to the
you.
channel if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to like the video. By the way, we have like 900 videos. We've got a lot of free workshops still on YouTube, and you guys can check them out. Be sure to like it and try to watch all the way through so we get our watch hours. We're still trying to get to that 4,000.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I have.
What you get?
So, of course, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you've already put an investment into the next 3 months, whether it's finances, emotional, that you're already invested in the next 3 months. And right now, I feel like I've got the Nine of Swords, and you are letting your finances completely keep you up at night. They're ruling your mind, right? But I got the Queen of Cups. So towards the end of the 3 months, things are going to pan out as long as you, again, I'm going with the balance. It's about taking that balance and setting your priorities when it comes to the finances. So you've got to take this and turn it upside down. It sounds weird, but you got to let those thoughts get out of your head so that you can start thinking right.
Yeah, I always thought you turn that card upside down and all the swords fall, and
They all fall out.
Yep. Thoughts and ideas. Yeah. Pam, did you pull cards with the Seven of Pentacles for this one? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you're so quiet. It's like we're leaving you out here.
But, I know.
But the Seven
there's
of Pentacles,
a lot of noise going on in the background at my house. And
but the Seven of Pentacles is perfect because it's Pentacles, and her question's about that. Let me look at her question again. And, if I go out 3 months, so the Eight of Cups, the first month, it feels like this is the Eight of Cups. It feels like, especially emotionally, I don't think you're happy with the current situation financially. And there's something you need to let go of, there's some baggage. This is emotional because it's cups. And then in the second month is the Queen of Wands. It's like latching on to, are you really following your passions? Are you really going for things? And then the third month is the Ten of Wands. Oops. So we go from the Queen of Wands to the Ten of Wands. And that's when you can see in the card the person's got too many wands. They're overburdened.
Mm-hmm.
So February, March, April, that'd be around April's time. So you got to be careful. The thing about the Queen of Wands is she has one wand. She's focused in on one thing. So you may have a lot of passions that may help out financially, but you got to find that one to focus in on at least till spring. Otherwise, you're going to get bogged down. You're going to be trying too many things, too many irons in the fire.
And I agree with you. And with the Queen of Cups that I have, see, she's focused on the one and not the two that are here.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
So that just goes along right with what you were saying.
Yeah. I hope that makes sense. For who was it again?
Lena. Yeah. We're going to say Lena.
It's all pushed together, so I can't tell what words what is it amazing in there? Is it Lenara Amazing or is it Lena Amazing? But then there's an R in there. I don't know. It's very confusing to me. When people do when people do names, it's like I used to always just have my name.
Yeah.
Right now it says Dax does digital. That's just because I'm leaning into, helping people with technology, especially people that are members on the new school community. That's what it's all about, is helping people with software, technology, you know, um, their website, their online presence, social media. And so software, kind of like so we just did a workshop on booking software, that you can use on your website to book your readings. People can go in and pick their time and day and pay and all in one thing. And we went over a different, some apps, but some people might need a little more help with that, and so on our new school community, if you go under classroom, there's some sections. One's on technical support, there's one on websites, and also our tarot biz pages, because you can get a page on tarotbiz.com. Especially if you're new and you're not ready for a website or what have you, you don't need one. We can set up a page for you on tarotbiz, and it'll be custom, like tarotbiz.com/Jane, so it sounds professional. We'll put your buy buttons on there, for PayPal or Square or whatever processor you're using, and people can just buy readings from you. Or if you want to use one of those calendar apps, we can embed that in. Yep. So that's why my name says Dax Does Digital, but normally it just says Dax Carlisle, and I was never big on the nicknames and the fancy stuff, you know. One
Selena.
Oh, wait, hold on. Well, just to finish up, one time, because Pamela will love this. At one time, though, when it was before, and this is how far we're going back. This is like the infancy of online, and it was before, like now you are the brand,
Yes.
and it should be your face, and it should be your name, and it should be the same face and name across all of your social media and everything. You should be very consistent. When they go to your website, there you are, same name, same picture. Just be, not that you can't swap it out, but if you're going to do that, be consistent across everything, right? But back in the day, we were still stuck in the idea of trademarks and, the Pepsi logo or McDonald's or what have you. And we all thought we had to have our own, business name and stuff like that. So I was Dragon Seer.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's the only time I had a nickname on social media. Now everywhere I'm at, it's just Dax Carlisle.
Yeah, that's smart. So Lena wanted to know if you could tell her, because she said, "Sir, may I ask what is the meaning of 11?"
Oh, is that what? I couldn't tell that was 11 because the ones were spaced.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's 1-1.
Is it 1-1 or 11? It's all the same thing. In
Yeah.
numerology, one is, obviously the beginning of something. It's the beginning of the 9 numbers. There's only 9 numbers in numerology, no matter how big the number is. Let's say 346. If you add those numbers together, you'll probably get a double digit number. Add those together and just keep adding them together till you get down to one digit. Okay. So in when it's the same integer, when it's the same number, instead of like 346, that example I just did, you don't reduce. When it's 1 1 or 1 1 1 or 11 11, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 what that's trying to get you to do, the message from the universe is to focus on that one number. So when you see 1111, even though it's the master number 11, which is the master illuminator number, it still boils down to one. And when you have angel number 111, same thing. One. New beginnings, taking that leadership role, and so forth. Now, I'm not sure, because we're not in communication here, what that 1 1 means that you put in there. If you're seeing 11 or 11 11, maybe you see it on the clock all the time. And look, I figured out how to do balloon. Yay! Now I'm going to do the thumb up. Whoa.
Wow.
Dang, that's crazy. I did finally figure out how to do that manually on my Mac, but it's random. I never know what gesture I'm doing, and then suddenly stuff's happening, you know. But if you're seeing that, typically that's the beginning of the universe just trying to get your attention. And then there'll be more messages to follow. And you'll notice that the recurring numbers that you're seeing will change. What else did she say there?
So will my finances be okay?
Well, I don't know, Michelle. I forget your reading now. Did you get a yes or no on that? I didn't get a yes or no. What I was getting was you said the next 3 months. So I pulled a card for each month along with the card
Yeah.
of the day. And it was more like what was happening each month. And it was kind of that last one, the 10 of Wands, was kind of like a warning that basically it's saying your finances are up to you, not
Mm-hmm.
not it's going to be good or it's going to be bad. It's like, you want it to be good, well then you need to do that. And it was giving you advice. It was saying, don't put too many irons in the fire, don't chase too many wands, which is what we're is passions, is what we're passionate about. It's the fire energy, you know. Don't chase too many, because then none of them come to fruition. Whereas the month before, I got the Queen. So that's February, March. That was March. I got the Queen of Wands, and that was about you taking charge and focusing on one thing that you're passionate about, that you can, surrounding that, create value for other people. And that's how you're going to fix your finances. Because that the card of the day, 7 of Pentacles, the feeling I was getting with the other cards and with your question is that you're not happy with the situation, you know. So instead of just waiting for something to happen, what do people do, Michelle and Pam, all the time? They wait for something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Queen of Wands is about taking proactive action. It's very different from because what do people do? They go, oh, I wish my finances would get better. Oh, maybe I'll get that promotion. Should I change jobs? Should I get a new job? You know, I can make $3 more an hour at this job than this job. That's peanuts. Stop thinking that way. That's not the way to think. The way to think is, and I'll give you the formula. Actually, we're going to do a whole show on this. I had the formula. This is kind of like a foreshadowing of when we do the show on pricing your services, the actual formula. And what it is working backwards. What do you want your finances to look like? Monetarily, what does that cost? How much is that? How much time period is going to go by between now and when you're financially solvent? Then you divide that backwards And it's like, okay, so to let's make something up. To get solvent, I need 10 grand right away. Okay. And it's going to take you 3 months. Okay. So you get out your calculator and you go like this, and you go 10,000 divided by three. That's $3,333 per month. Okay. So I'm just going to divide that because there's so many threes. I'm just going to divide that by 333. Okay. So I've got to get 10 people to pay me $333 for a product or service each month for the next 3 months to make 10 grand. Or you can go 333 divided by, make a number up, 50. 666. Actually, it's $66.66. So you need to create a PDF that you can sell to 50 people each month for 3 months at $66.66. Or do a reading for 50 people each month for $6.66, and you're going to hit $10,000 in 3 months. See, people do it all backwards. They think in terms of, working for somebody else. How much am I making per hour? They're thinking in terms of trading time for money instead of thinking, I need this amount of money. In other words, putting an exact amount. The universe likes exact, not, oh, I'd like to win $1 million. Why? Why do you need $1 million? What would you do with $1 million? $1 million is just any amount of money is just a transference of energy from one party to another. You have to have the reason why. And so if you can come up with a dollar amount to fix your finances because you added up all different things and you've come to this conclusion, and otherwise it's going to be really, really bad. Yeah, be able to focus on the negative too, because it's like that's the motivation. It's like, okay, if I don't do this, it's going to be really, really, really bad. I'm not going to be able to pay for these 20 things. Okay. You add that up, find out what the amount is. Now you've got an amount to work with. And now you can work backwards from that. And that's what we do in coaching, life coaching anyway, on any goal is you go, okay, you want to achieve this goal by the end of 2026. So that's December 31st. What do you have to be doing in November? And then what do you have to be doing in October and July and May and February and next week and tomorrow? What's the step you can do tomorrow? So you break it up into bite-sized chunks and all. So I hope that helps you out. It's the way out of a lot of the people that come to us with problems surrounding finances. Am I going to get the raise? Am I going to get the new position? Will they hire me at this other company? It's like you're still stuck in that thing about exchanging time for money. Instead, you want to think in what value. I have skills and abilities. You have skills and abilities. What value can you create for another person that's going to solve a big problem and solve it for them? So your favorite thing on the planet is golf. What problems do golfers have? They have a lot of problems. Their swing is off. They chip. Can you create a video series of workshops on how to fix your swing? Can you learn hypnosis and NLP and help people with their golf game to improve their golf game? And then you can charge $500 a pop to see them. And actually, the bigger the problem, the better, because it means if you solve it for them, the bigger the value, which means the more you can charge, which also means the less customers, clients you need, which also means you're going to get better clients. If you're charging $20 or $30 for a reader, for a reading, you're getting the tire kickers. Yeah, you're getting the curious. If you're charging $2.99 for a tarot reading, they're glued to everything you're saying because they're spending a lot of value, a lot of money, because they're expecting a lot of value out of this. And so they're going to pay attention. I had an instructor, actually all my instructors in the various courses and workshops that I've done over the years on as a hypnotherapist or an NLP practitioner, helping people quit smoking. They always start their class with the number one thing you can do for your client to make sure that they will be successful and quit smoking, regardless of the techniques you use, is if you charge enough money. Minimum $500, $600, $650 to quit smoking. Because they're going to think twice if a friend of theirs goes to hand them a cigarette, that cigarette's going to cost them $650. Yep. So that's the number one thing you can do is charge enough. So think of a big problem that you can solve. And if you can't think of something, ask AI because it'll tell you everything. Is there any other questions going on?
Nope, it's pretty quiet.
Oh, well, we're near the top of the hour here.
Yeah.
Can't believe how quiet it was. You know what I miss?
Yeah.
I miss Dan being in the chat room and saying the crazy things they used to always say.
I know. He'll be back. He'll be back as soon as I'm back. Which other than today.
She seems like she's back, folks, but she's not really all back. She's not all there.
I'm not all here.
And neither am I. I mean, we've all been dealing with, everybody I look at, oh my God, you, me, Ginger just lost her mom. I lost my mom. You lost your sister, and not too long before that, your son. I mean,
yep.
it's been an insane year period. And I'm not talking 2025 to 2026. I'm talking about, the last, I'd say,
few years.
Yeah, but I mean, for most of these happenings have all happened since last March. So like the last 9 months have sucked.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. So,
but having the community is helpful. Getting back into it is helpful.
And I've noticed something about that because Bonnie Chevet, tarot author Bonnie Chevet, she did the book Tarot Birth Cards, and yeah, we're twisting her arm to do another workshop on tarot birth cards. Well, she popped in on our Zoom call, and she got in because she's a lifetime member, and she got into the private community and started just liking and commenting all over the place and everything like that, and I could tell that she is really enjoying the camaraderie and having people to talk to and hang out with on our live Zooms and stuff like that. Which reminds me, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, oops, there it is. Collaborating with metaphysical shops, getting your cards on their table. Join us tomorrow. And then don't forget Tuesday, Tarot Tuesdays, and Wednesday, we have the private ones. So if you're not a member yet, come over to the new community. You can hit the join button on tarotbiz.com, or you can do the community link, thetarotguild.com/community. We'll take you right over there and you can join us. It's $5. Awesome sauce.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for a great show. I don't see any other questions, so I guess we will end the show with that. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Bye. See you tomorrow.